While there are those of us who are fine with spending our vacations lounging on the beach, there are others who take pleasure in actively seeking out eerie areas and actively scaring themselves to the point of death. Hello everyone, and welcome to a brand new video on the channel. Today, we are going to talk about top 10 most terrifying tourist attractions around the world. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Forbidden City, China. For a considerable amount of time, the Forbidden City was used as the palace of the Chinese imperial family. The fact that commoners were not permitted to enter the complex is the reason why it was given the label forbidden to commoners. Today, it continues to be one of the most famous tourist destinations in China. Nonetheless, tourists have reported feeling uneasy about a variety of unusual occurrences that they have witnessed. Number 9. Paris Catacombs, Paris. The famous catacombs of Paris are lined with skulls and contain the bones of over 6 million individuals. Therefore, there is no better place to come for a Halloween experience that is both spooky and terrifying. Catacombs were constructed in the latter half of the 18th century as a solution to the problem of overcrowded cemeteries in the city. These catacombs contain areas that are specifically designated for various bones and body parts. It is not for nothing that Paris is referred to as the City of Love, I must tell you. Number 8. The Nevis, New Zealand. When you are dangling over a gorge in a small cable car, the knowledge that you are going to have to jump out of it very soon is perhaps the most terrifying thing that could happen. The Nevis bungee jump in New Zealand is no longer the highest in the world. The Macau Tower now holds that distinction. However, the pure visceral terror of the isolated, dangling location amplifies the fear factor by many degrees. The Nevis bungee jump is located in New Zealand. Number 7. Island of the Dolls, Mexico. The tiny island, hidden among the borough's many canals, is well known for the hundreds of dolls and doll parts hanging from trees and spreading across the grass. Although it resembles a horror film set, the Chinampa, similar to an artificial island, was formerly the home of a now-deceased guy named Julian Santa Barrera. Barrera collected and exhibited the toys after discovering a dead girl's body in a nearby canal, hoping to keep off evil spirits. Daring individuals can hire their own boat, persuade the driver to visit the island, and safely examine the dolls from the water. Number 6. Dracula's Castle, Romania. The mere mention of the term Transylvania conjures up images of vampires dressed in black capes and devouring blood. You should make a trip to Bran Castle, which is a magnificent medieval castle with turrets and is commonly considered to be the source of inspiration for Dracula's castle. However, you should remember to bring some garlic with you. Number 5. Snake Island, Brazil. Around 90 miles off the coast of Sao Paulo, Snake Island is one of the most dangerous islands in the world. Golden lancehead vipers are so abundant that some studies report 1 to 5 per square meter, hence the site's name. Snake Island was separated from mainland Brazil 11,000 years ago by rising sea levels, causing the snakes to become hyperdeveloped and dangerous. Snakes learned to hunt birds from the treetops on the island since there was no ground prey. Because they couldn't find the birds and wait for the poison to work, their venom intensified to 5 times that of mainland species, killing prey instantly and melting human flesh. The Brazilian government prohibits visitors from the island due to their potency. Number 4. The Sydney Harbour Bridge, Sydney. Not nearly as bad as you think it's going to be is a phrase that can be applied to the bridge climb. This is primarily due to the fact that the magnificent trek to the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge spends a very small amount of time staring directly down. Instead of feeling apprehensive about plunging all the way down into the water, the feeling that one experiences once they have reached the top of the Coath Anchor, which is 134 meters above the ground, is typically one of astonishment as they gaze out at the 360-degree view. Number 3. Hanging Coffins, Philippines. However, if you wish to pay a visit to the deceased in Sagada, you should not glance down. Rather, you should look above. It is common knowledge that the people who live in this part of the Philippines are notorious for burying their dead in coffins that are fastened to the sides of cliffs. This practice is similar to an aerial cross-section of a typical cemetery. Carving out your own coffin, passing away, and being hoisted up next to your forefathers is a rite that dates back thousands of years. Many of the coffins that are found on the cliffside are hundreds of years old, and each one has a completely unique appearance because the individual who is currently residing inside of them was the one who crafted them. Number 2. The Pemberton Climbing Trees, Western Australia. There is a distinction between standing at a certain height and needing to get up there. That is why the 3 climbing trees at Pemberton, in southwest Western Australia, are possibly the scariest of all. The only way to climb the Gloucester, Diamond, and Bicentennial trees is via a network of spiraling metal pegs around the sides. There is no protection, and they stand between 51 and 75 meters tall. Each step is a nerve-wracking experience. Number 1. The Door to Hell, Turkmenistan. The Door to Hell, as locals call it, is a 230-foot wide crater in Turkmenistan's Karakum Desert that never stops blazing. When Soviet scientists began hunting for oil in 1971, they unexpectedly hit a methane resource, causing the drilling platform to collapse, producing the crater and spilling deadly gas into the atmosphere. The scientists decided to put the crater on fire to burn off the methane, resulting in a Dantesque oddity that has remained blazing for over 50 years. That's the end of the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.